Good morning, everyone. Blitzball Champ is back with a brand new video here on the U to the 2. First off, I'd like to say I hope everybody had a blessed and wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope everyone got a chance to spend some time safely with their families and friends and eat some good food. And hope everybody didn't go too crazy on the Black Friday shopping. But if you did, you did. But hey, main thing is that everybody is doing well and enjoyed themselves. Okay, Carolina Panthers football talk. So we're in week 12, and the Panthers face the Minnesota Vikings. Uh, this is going to be in Minnesota, so it's gonna be a cold one. Gonna be a cold one, but yeah, this is the Panthers' last game before the bye. They got a bye, week 13. So let's dive into this. So the ESPN matchup predictor predicts a 62.9% chance the Vikings win, a 36.8% chance Carolina wins, and a 0.3% chance of a tie. Uh, Looking at the injury report, it looks like uh, Teddy Bridgewater will be starting in this game against one of his former teams. And it looks like we're also potentially getting Russell Okung and John Miller back, who both practiced throughout this week. Uh, it looks like Dante Jackson will be out again, and Dennis Daly is out. Uh, we have McCaffrey is questionable, and it looks like he's going to travel with the team, but he's still not scheduled to play. We have Sam Franklin, Marquise Hayes, Tahir Whitehead, and Brandon Zylstra also questionable. Uh, so a couple of things I wanted to discuss with this game. Something to note with the Vikings. It looks like Adam Thielen will be out for the Vikings. Uh, but at the same time, um, people to keep an eye on. Definitely Kyle Rudolph, Justin Jefferson, and definitely Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook has over 1,000 yards rushing for Minnesota, so yeah, he's one to definitely keep an eye on. Uh, and of course, Kirk Cousins. You never know what Kirk Cousins you're gonna get. He has his good days and he has his bad days, but it's up to them to make this game one of his bad days. Now, Carolina's 4-7. The Vikings are 4-6. Um, if you ask me, both of these teams are pretty even. Carolina has beaten like one good team in the Cardinals, and the Vikings have beaten one good team in the Packers. So I think they're both pretty even with the type of wins they've gotten. I think they're both pretty even. Uh, Couple of things I feel that are really going to be key for this game. Number one, Carolina's defense. Brian Burns. I think it's safe to say Brian Burns leads the charge of this defense with a strong Jeremy Chin uh, by his side as well. But I'm convinced now that Brian Burns is really leading the charge of this defense. And if they can have the type of game that they had against Detroit, I mean they got 5 sacks in that game, and Brian Burns led the way. So I think getting to the quarterback, just like they did against Detroit, is going to be key. So I look for them to, and they did a lot of 4-man rushes in that game. So I hope that Phil Snow will continue that and that they could get that kind of pressure and get to the quarterback. That's going to be key. Very, very key. Secondly, I don't know if Tahir Whitehead will be starting, but I'm hesitant in him starting, even though he's listed as questionable and such, coming off of a rib injury. But let's be real about it. Tahir Whitehead has not been good this season for Carolina. He has not done a good job. Is this the point where we may want to consider benching him and letting Jermaine Carter be the guy in the middle? I mean, seemed to do pretty well in the Detroit game, but Tahir just has not been doing well for Carolina this year. He just has not done well at all. So if they do play him, we'll see if he could make a statement. I doubt it, but you never know. But something to keep in mind because he has not done well. Uh, and then on offense, you know, a lot of people are really probably questioning between continuing to keep starting PJ Walker or you let Teddy Bridgewater play. Now, we know that it is confirmed Bridgewater is going to start. And if you ask me, that's the right decision. Look, I understand PJ Walker started in the previous game and they got a shutout victory. But let's be real. It's one game. Bridgewater's still the starter. And I don't believe in anybody that should be replaced full time because of an injury. Unless it's season ending, career ending, like long period, whatever. But I don't believe in replacing somebody permanently due to injury that never has an opportunity to get his starting spot back. I just don't believe in that. You know, not to mention, guys, fans, Panther fans, we cannot make the same mistake with PJ Walker that we did with Kyle Allen. I can't stress that enough. I made that same mistake. I started to believe in the hype with Kyle Allen, but we have to also remember the games that Kyle Allen helped win, they were against okay to low level teams. They weren't against any of the top 10 teams or the top ranking teams in the conference. I'm happy that PJ Walker got his first win in his first NFL start. And I'm not discrediting the fact that it was against Detroit, but at the same time, it was against Detroit. And a bigger statement win would be against a stronger team. We can't overlook that. And not only that, at the same time, PJ Walker still has a lot to work on. I mean, folks want to. I have no problem praising him. He did well for his first start, but definitely not as good as it could have been. Could have been way better, and there's a lot to improve on. I mean, the dude threw two picks in the end zone. I mean, one, occasionally is fine, but two picks in the end zone, two picks in the end zone, that's not common. That's not common. Like, I've never seen that before in a game. Two picks from the same quarterback in the end zone. I've never seen that before in a game. Two? One I have seen, but two? That's I don't think that's normal. I don't think that's normal. So, before we get super caught up in the PJ Walker hype train, which I believe that someday he will be good, definitely has a lot of potential. Teddy Bridgewater starting is the right decision. He's the starter. We also have to remember Teddy Bridgewater was the starter in three of those four wins that we have. Let's keep that in mind. I understand that Bridgewater is a game manager and such, but three of those wins, he was the starter. And Bridgewater made some good decisions in those games. So, not to mention, it hasn't all fallen on him. It hasn't all fallen on him. So, give Bridgewater a chance to come back, redeem himself, start this game, beat his old team. Give him that opportunity. Like I said, I know he was injured, couldn't go in the previous game, and I know a lot of people are on the PJ Walker hype train. I like the guy. I do. But I don't believe in just full 100% benching somebody and they never get a chance to get their starting job back, because of injury or whatnot, or they recover from an injury and, oh, this guy was better. We don't need you anymore. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. If you are initially the starter and you get hurt and you come back and you're healthy, you should have a fair opportunity to get and keep your starting job, to get it back and keep it. I mean, they didn't do that when Drew Brees got hurt and Teddy Bridgewater, went on a 5-0 streak starting. When Brees got back, he got his starting job back. So why can't we do the same for Teddy Bridgewater here? That's all I'm saying. But anyway, like I said, defense needs to wreak havoc. Needs to get on the quarterback's face. Needs to bring the quarterback down. Um, they did a good job in defending the third down. Did a really good job, and the defense was able to get off the field. I mean, the Lions punted 6 times in that game. We can get the defense off the field. That gives the offense plenty of opportunities to put points on the board. And even ultimately, the defense was what helped win the Lions game because despite the 2 picks in the end zone, defense was still able to get the ball back in the hands of the offense. And even when the Lions had a field goal opportunity, it was missed. So, got to give defense the credit it deserves. Um, One thing that PJ Walker did a good job with, with his throws, and also getting the ball to DJ Moore. This offense has a lot of great success getting the ball to DJ Moore, really moving it downfield. So I really, the last couple of games, with Bridgewater at the helm, it seemed like DJ Moore occasionally gets lost in the shuffle or, they just don't try to get the ball to him. So I'm really hoping Teddy Bridgewater can really learn from PJ Walker's game and really just take some shots, take some risks, get the ball to DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. I mean, still spread the ball out, but really make DJ Moore a prime. Because the dude is great and can make plays. So, and it would be nice to get Robbie Anderson some more touchdowns. He only has like 1 or 2 touchdowns. So let's get him some touchdowns too. Because Robbie Anderson has the yardage, just not the touchdowns. Let's get him some touchdowns. Uh Run game. Let's really get the run game established. Mike Davis, uh, maybe get Rodney Smith, Trenton Cannon in there. Who knows? Maybe Rodney Smith can redeem himself for the one fumble in the previous game. Even though he didn't lose the ball, still fumbled. Hopefully give him a chance to redeem himself. But really get everybody involved. Get everybody involved. Um, Defense gotta show up in stopping the run, just like they did in the past few games. They've been able to stop the run. Gotta be able to do the same thing with Dalvin Cook. And ultimately get to the quarterback. Really get to the quarterback. Um, Cord Elder, Troy Pride Jr., I'm sure are going to be really tested in this game. But hopefully, they did a couple of good things in the Detroit game. This one's going to be a little bit tougher, but hopefully they can really get going. And if the defense can get some early stops, get off the field, get the ball in the hands of the offense, I think the offense will do well. I think they'll do just fine. But that's pretty much all that I have. Um, my biggest hope is that they can get this win, go into the bye with some momentum, and when they come back in week 14 to play Denver, hopefully we get a healthy Christian McCaffrey, and they can make a final push. Hopefully, try to win out. Maybe finish 9-7. I mean, playoffs. I think it's out of the question. Even though we're going with the new format, which I was just realizing that about a week or so ago, that there's going to be 3 wild cards this season, and the number 1 seed is the only team to have a bye. So I don't know if playoffs is still possible. I doubt it. But let me see. I'm curious. I'm curious. I mean, the Cardinals are the 7th seed at 6-4. Carolina's the 12th seed, and we're behind the 49ers and the Vikings at 4-6 and the Bears at 5-5. So I mean, it's not impossible, but it's extremely unlikely. Extremely unlikely. But hey, if we can win out, that would be great. If we can win out, and looking at the rest of the schedule, it looks possible. Beat the Vikings. I mean, overall, the 2 toughest games remaining in the schedule are the Packers and the Saints. And if this team can win out, you never know. You never know. Seems unlikely, but it's not impossible. But anyway, what do you guys think? What do y'all think are the keys to this game? Um, you think this is a pretty even matchup? You think one is favored over the other? What do y'all think about Bridgewater coming back starting for this game? And yeah, that's pretty much all that I have. But like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And thank y'all so much for watching. Take care. I hope everybody has a blessed weekend, and I will see y'all soon. Laters.